Ken, can you help it over there too loud? I can't hear you. The speaker's too loud. The speaker's like making you. They're working on it. So that's your. Yes. Those are her groups. I know those funny people. They're really funny. Hey, you're really funny, Earl. There or right here spot. Hi guys. Oh, that guy's funny. This one. Oh, you have to hit mute. You're supposed to hit mute.
We're going to be able to.
You guys hit mute. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Oh yeah, he left. He left. Oh, you hit mute for this? Who do you hit mute? Anybody? Yeah, very done.
This is good.
Sure, yes. Good idea.
Everybody's muted.
Except for her, up there, right there.
Here? Because that's us.
No, her.
No?
That one's.
Oh. Good call.
So these people are like from. Oh, this is where's your mask? What about her? Oh no, she doesn't wear a mask. What, this one? She's fine. These were
Can everybody hear me okay online? Do I hear, you can hear me okay? Good, good.
I can hear you pretty good, Juice. Well, you get your mask up, so I can't hear you pretty good anyway.
All right, good, excellent. I'm glad you're all here today. Good morning, everyone. Wow, we have had a great week here this week. Oh, hi, Chris. We need one more chair. There's more chairs. Right down there in the space. So nice to see everyone. We had a glitch in the computer Zoom link last night, and so some people logged on, but all they could see was themselves. What happened there? So very good.
They got the right message.
So I am so happy to have these 4 women. I'm going to cry again. These 4 women who spent the week with me, and we have been working together on Zoom since at least January of this year, trying to figure out what we're going to do this week. And we finally decided, okay, it's not a retreat because we are grateful to the Lenz Foundation for their grant, but it wasn't, they weren't able to meet the full amount. And so we had to scale back. And that was actually a good thing, because this was such an experimental kind of residency. We never had a residency here before, and so this was exciting to have one here. And so we're grateful to the Lenz, and we're grateful to other donors who have given to us to make this happen, to fly or train people here. And they'll be introducing themselves. But it's been a real exercise in not knowing. Not knowing, and you know, when you practice not knowing, you really get to a vulnerable place. And I think if you've been sitting, you kind of touch it. Certainly in sesshin, that happens for over a long period of time. And we were able, I was amazing, you know, to really feel from these women safety, even though we disagreed on certain things, a lot of things.
Just this morning.
This morning, and it's kind of like rocks in a tumbler, right, with the grit in there, and 24 hours of shaking around, and out of that, beautiful pieces appear. And so it's bearing witness to that uncomfortableness, which we, you know, I did. It was a lot of looking internally. I like what Jitsujo said at the White Plum Council retreat she led here a couple weeks ago. You're doing counsel with yourself, which means really honestly, well, listening deeply. What am I saying here? What is my mind saying? Is it true? So that's what we've been doing, you know, this week. And the first order of business was my body. I've been so busy, as I'm sure you all can relate in your lives. My body just wanted to stop and relax. And in fact, the next day I slept for 13 hours. And I got sick as a result, because I was not able to stop my body. So many activities. And on Friday, I said, I better test myself just in case I have COVID. Well, I have COVID. And these women, you know, I started masking, I think, maybe a day or so before. So these women bravely stuck it out with me. I am on Paxlovid. It's the 7th day, so my viral load should be less. But I'm wearing a mask to protect you. And if you want to wear a mask, go step right over there right now, and there's 2 kinds of masks there, K95s and KN95s. And so for me, the first day, I was like, I just need to rest. And we had some fun, too. We went next door, and I had bought a ping pong set, because they have a great table over there. And, you know, I never opened that ping pong set. I don't know how long I have it. I intended to go play ping pong there, but I said, I've got a ping pong set. We played ping pong over there, and Roshi had bought a basketball, because he wanted to practice. The guys at the gym were asking him to play. Well, we went out there. It was really hot one day, but I don't think that mattered. We were like playing 10 minutes, and we were both exhausted, and I didn't get any baskets anyway. So I would like to introduce these women who I have spent the last 4 days, 5 days, 6 days in close contact with. And I would like them to introduce themselves to you, so you get a flavor of their lives too. So Jitsujo, I gotta say, she's been doing a residency here actually since the council retreat. And she has lived for 15 years at the Zen Center of Los Angeles. So she knows what it means to be a Zen student. of the Dharma. And she helped tremendously. She helped me tremendously here. Cleaning, cooking, helping me with tech for my hula show. I don't know what I would have done without her, the hybrid.
That cabinet.
Oh, and she fixed the cabinet. In the bathroom, she fixed the cabinet that has always fallen off. So, anyway, I'm so happy you were here. So I'm going to just pass this down and have these beautiful women introduce themselves to you.
I'm going to pass it to Bhikkhuni Clear Glace Dayananda because you're a Bhikkhuni and I really honor your vows, and I'd like you to start us off.
Greetings, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with you all and you all online as well. I am Venerable Clear Grace Dayananda. I have many names. That's just a few of them. My pronouns are she, her, they, and them, and I'm visiting here from the land of Bulbancha, the place of many tongues, and that's in New Orleans, Louisiana, where I am the founder and director of Sangha House NOLA. I met most of these folks along my Dharma path and career, and some of you out there as well, being a disciple of the Triple Gems for close to 15 years now. So, yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
We're without robes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jitsujo Gautier. I come from the Tongva land in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And I grew up in Connecticut. Some of my family is online. Thanks for coming. And my mom's here. Thanks for coming, Mom. Yeah.
Broad view, not just us few. That would be nice.
I don't know if she can turn on her camera.
The gallery view. The gallery.
Oh, the gallery.
Yeah, but anyways, I just really appreciate you giving me this life, because I really appreciate this life, and it's been such a blessing to be here with this Sangha, and especially with these 5 women, and us really taking care and having fun and having lots of differences, and really trying to take it easy and really practicing to not do very much. And that's really hard for us, I think. It's hard for me to not do anything and to trust and to be and to not force anything. That's just was the practice for me.
My name is Xiaolan Hu. I'm a professor. My name is Xiaolan Hu. I'm a professor of religious studies and women's and gender studies at the University of Detroit Mercy. This has been quite an experience. We are all very different people with different hang-ups. Different compulsions. Things have to be going a certain way, and then trying to figure out, okay, it doesn't have to go that way. So that's quite an experience. I think particularly for me, because I'm non-binary on the trans spectrum. Like when you say these women, I'm like, does that include me? So there is like an additional layer of discomfort, and then I usually describe myself as a misanthrope. I don't like people. Misanthrope. I don't like people. Yeah, but then the people have different talent as well, and I really want to learn what we can do from this residency, and I really learn a lot. And I'm have been so happy learning from each and every one of you. And that's it.
Hi, my name is Radiant Joy. I live in Los Angeles, and I'm a singing teacher. I teach private voice lessons, and I'm also Jitsu Joe's student. She's taught me well. June made me this. It's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I look at the inside.
You made that, June?
I want to wear this.
And also the backside.
Oh, and the back side.
Look at that, the German right.
Yeah, and like right before that, she gave us all umeboshi, and I was good with that. But this, like, to me, it really represents, the week here. It was so beautiful, and there was so much shared. There was so much generosity from you, the Sangha. You made beautiful, delicious, healthy meals for us, accommodated all of my dietary restrictions. And what?
We did.
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you did so much more, and in ways that are really unseen. Like this. I mean, and Jitsu Joe said that a few days before we arrived, June was working on these and had fabrics like everywhere. Because actually, June didn't just make this, she made a different thing for each of us, on top of everything else she's been doing. So that's all I'll say for now. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Okay, so we're going to show the slideshow of our week together. Some still photographs. So, that's the first one on. Yeah, you can move your chair or stand up just to be able to see. So we're sharing it.
Some of you already saw it.
Yeah, and this music, I was inspired because Shaolan was playing Imi O, the composer and singer.
Yeah, and so this is the Heart Sutra that we're going to be listening to in Chinese.
Great Compassion Dharani.
The Great Compassion Dharani in Mandarin.
I'd love to say it for a second. Look at those.
Okay, this was our Cultivating Compassion week.
I wanted to say something about this art piece right here that you saw in some of the photos. Jitsujo is an artist, has a degree in art, and brought paints and other crayons, and June had some stuff too, and set up a station, you know, for us to do whatever we wanted, and had pictures of different like Buddha statues, and then I think she could tell she said, "Oh, draw this," because I'm kind of attracted to the dark. And I'm like bad at drawing, so I was like, but I just looked at the drawing and I just kind of copied it basically, and then the way that I drew it was I just drew whatever I was attracted to. Like I started with, this is a scarf actually. I know even like in art they tell you you're supposed to draw the whole thing to get the scale, and I was like, nah. And then I started to paint it, and then I was like, oh, you know, I didn't want to paint the whole thing, so I'll just do a little bit of it, and I'm too tired to do the hair and the fire, so I made the fire the hair, and then I was just like, I'm too tired, I'm done, and then Jitsujo said, you want to switch, because Jitsujo was doing something else. Jitsujo was doing some of these, and so I said, yeah, and then I was so excited that Jitsujo was gonna, you know, add to this painting, and then so Jitsujo added a lot, and then Shaolan added this poem that they had written, created, which is this is the translation, and then we like made up a song around it as well, and it was a great example of like the ease with which creativity can happen. I wasn't raised that way, you know, everything had to be hard and, you know, sit at the piano until you get it right. And I just wanted to go to the mall. It's like, not until you finish your work. Anyone want to chime in? Or people have, also anybody can chime in.
So in the photos, you see us going into the woods, and we actually saw a number of things. Some of them are in the photos, some of them not. But I wrote a haiku about that because we saw a purple beetle like limping very slowly right in front of us, and I think literally took its last breath in front of us, just died there. And that's why you saw us doing a little chanting on the side of the road. And then right away we saw an upside down moth that's beautiful, but it's dead. And then we also saw a wasp, very beautiful wasp whose head was crushed. So it's like a lot of impermanence teaching us. And so I wrote that haiku. And when Jitsujo set up that painting stage, the coloring painting station, I did that one and put a little caption there, because I never play, I never do any other relaxation thing. The only thing I do is to take what I call my stupid walk. So it's taking my stupid walk for my stupid mental and physical health.
Can you explain the stupid walk?
Yeah, well, just walking not for any particular purpose. Really, walking for walking. So it's walking to take care of the mental and physical health, to let the mind go relax, allow the mind to relax and allow the body to exercise a little bit. So that's why stupid walk. So it's like you are going to somewhere that's not stupid enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to highlight that we met since February, almost every week to plan this. Since January, the end of January, to plan this. And honestly, I was like, I don't have time. Like, we're meeting, I'm in the middle of my semester, and then we would meet, and we were disagreeing on the schedule. We made a schedule, we had to redo the schedule. We invited, like, I brought a decision-making tool. No one liked it, really. So then we just finally, like, when it got to May, we agreed on a schedule. And then when we got here the first day, June was not feeling well, and she was resting. And so then we abandoned the schedule. And it's just so ironic that we spent all this time meeting and then we abandoned it. Disagreeing and then we abandoned it. But I just wanted to say that, so everything we did had this feeling, like when we were walking to that Thatcher Woods, I don't know, there just was this feeling that I had was like, wait, is this really what we want to do? Is this what we should be doing? Is this the way? Is someone going to say no and we're going to have to go back? There just was this feeling in everything we do that might not, that I didn't want to attach too much to it because it could change. But there was such an aliveness in that. Really, there was such an aliveness in that, not knowing if it was the way or if it was going to change. So I loved that part and I hated it at the same time,
I have a question for the, I guess, 5. That's a fascinating dynamic of spending 8 months planning for something and then giving it up. And I was going to ask the question, Jitsujo, that you just answered. But how long did it take for each of you to sort of give up on that thought of, this is not happening the way we spent all this time and prepping and we have to follow, and like, I'd love to hear from each of you, at what point did it become okay? And then, judging by all of you now, at what point did it become beautiful?
That's a great question. I definitely resisted for, I don't know, maybe at least half of the time. It was very difficult for me to not have a structure at all. And then I think maybe the second night, I was out with Jitsujo and her cat, and Jitsujo said, well, it's kind of radical what we're doing, that we're just allowing ourselves to rest and do what we want and not have any pressure. And so then I kind of started to think about it differently.
I think among the 5 of us, probably Venerable is the first one to get on board and abandon everything. I'm probably the close second, because I'm generally pretty good with just rolling with the situation. But the situation actually demanded that we abandon schedule because she had a dental emergency 2 days before travel. I started having a massive headache 1 day before travel, and that headache actually lasted 4 or 5 days, like 4 whole days, and then the 5th day kind of tapering off. So And then June was getting sick, and Zijo was getting sick, and eventually she was not feeling very well either. And we have to abandon the schedule. There's no other thing to do. We just have to. We have to take care of this vulnerable embodiment first. And so and then once I just accept the idea that, okay, whatever happens, happens, then actually something beautiful happened.
So I think I abandoned it by the second Zoom call. And when the decision-making tool came out, I was already like, oh yeah, we're not doing this. Just to be present in, I think, adding something to what has been shared. So even if there wasn't a disagreement or an agreement, so to say, I'm usually the one who, well, what about this? Have we thought about this? Just to bring that added addition into existence. And also stepping into the disagreement and the vulnerability. I think that's where the real work is. And there were lots of obstacles. I think one of the questions that was asked, well, why did we come here? And for me, that was building real Dharma kinship and siblinghood. It was important. And early of our meeting, I had lost my teacher, and I had also lost my cat. And I remember how you all held space for me and how you just were so graciously flowing and being willing to adapt and to allow space. And I already felt home. I already felt like I had received what I had come for. So thank you. Thank you all for that. Yeah, it was early for me, early on.
So this is really interesting for me because I watched last night on the Zoom. And so it's basically the same program, but it's different. And I'm seeing like a weaving of the two occasions. But I'm very struck by what you were saying, because when I first started really meditating, sitting shikantaza, that's no program. There you are. You're just sitting there. What do? What do you think about? So it's like you guys were living it as 5 people off the mat. So that was really cool. And so maybe you could talk about it. But I have one more comment, which is I'm reminded of when I was a mother of small children. And I'd wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this. Ha, ha, ha. And that still happens, only my family has grown up, but it's like I wake up in the morning, right? But if you could talk about that because that is interesting, the no program on the cushion, no program off the cushion.
Yeah, I really appreciate that comment and seeing it as shikantaza. That's beautiful. Yeah, we created space for something to arise, and I often would envy kids on my street who would just be playing outside. Like, oh, like don't they have activities to do, places to go? And I felt restless and bored, and I rarely make that space to let something arise, something unknown.
days ago, I was pointing out, because we were raised by Asian parents who always, have a schedule for us. You have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. And then I don't know how many people here have that background, but for those of us who have a abuse background, we all have this compulsion that we have to be useful, otherwise we don't deserve to exist. And then so there is that hung up, that compulsion that I have to be productive, I have to do this, I have to do that, otherwise I don't deserve to be here, I don't deserve to exist, I don't deserve to eat this food, the beautiful food that people offer to us, right? And so even though I roll with the no program thing right away, there is this inner voice that's uncomfortable. Like, I have to be productive. I have to contribute to something. And now that I think about it, because the ink, it took 2 hours to make. Like you grab an ink bar, you put a little water, and you grind it. It takes 2 hours to make appropriate ink for that. And somehow in my head, it's just like, okay, this is my way of contributing. So that compulsion is still there, even though I accepted that we're not going to have a program. But I'm like, but I have to do something, right? I have to write. I think in the photos you see a yellow pad that has like five or six of my haikus there. I was like, I have to produce something. I still have that compulsion, even though we said, we're not going to do it. So.
Well, I'm pretty relational, and I like to do things, that I have a hard time being. That's why I like hang out with my cat, because he teaches me how to just be. And so if someone was like, let's do this tomorrow, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then a lot of times Clear Grace would be like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then someone else would be like, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, I'll do that, or I'll do this. And someone else would be like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's sort of that place of, what do we do? And then I remember one time we decided that tomorrow we were going to go to the park. Like, we decided that tomorrow we're going to go to the park. And I remember Clear Grace was like, but we're not going to decide on a time we're going to go. And I was like, okay, no time. And so it was funny, because at some point then someone, and I'm just also trying not to lead, I was always this kid that was like, we're going to do this together, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that, and you're going to do this. So I was trying to just follow the vibe. So, I don't know, someone said, we're going to go to the park now. Maybe it was you, Shalan, or I remember. No, yeah, it was one of you. And I remember and you said, but Venerable Clear Grace doesn't want to go. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, go. And then I'll wait for you. And then I saw June. No, and then you were like, we're going. Then you're like, she's going. So you guys left. And then I was like, we're going to the park. Then you left. And then we ended up, leaving eventually. And when we got there, the three of them were playing ping pong with, one of the little kids that was there. And it was just so cute to see them doing that. That's my story.
We are not any good at it. We pretty much spend the whole time chasing after that little ball.
I'll take it back. Your comment and your question. So really having understood impermanence, and I'll share again, as I did last night, that impermanence is always the biggest teacher, and this idea of planning, right? So just 24 hours at a time on the cushion and off the cushion, like you were saying with raising young children. You can have a plan, you can have an agenda, and if we get there, then that's something to be happy about, that we have arrived at this location that we had planned or had ideals about. But then also, if we're not clinging and attached to that plan, it's easier to shift and to adapt when we're open to it being something else. And one of the things we talked about was, how do we do these things organically? Because it was like we could dance and sing and perform and do your spoken word and all of the things we were trying to bring forth, all of our skills. And then it was like, no, we're not doing that. We don't want to perform. We don't want to do anything. How do we just come into it organically? But it also was very, it became part of the joy and the laughter, because we'd be like, oh, you're planning. No, we're not planning. Are you making a decision? They'd be like, but then we could do this and we could, nope, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So it was a way to hold each other accountable, just to allow us to arrive and let go. And I think the very last night, it was like, okay, we probably should do something now. And now's the time where we probably should. And then the artwork came out, and it just kind of organically came together. These two were composing a beautiful song, and I was like, that's really beautiful. But I was opposed to the song. I was opposed to the singing and to the dancing. And then I think last night it was like, I just want to let y'all know that I'm really enjoying this, because it wasn't, you're going to do this and you're going to do that and we have to do this, and it felt real welcoming and organic. And then with the hula, what a moving experience that was, an opportunity to witness that transmission and put our feet on the ground and to remember and to be present. And then so when we were putting this into the agenda, just late last night, before about 10 minutes before people came, I was like, it's starting to sound a little bit performance-y. And we had taken all this energy to arrive, and it was so beautiful. It still is so beautiful. And we hope that you all can also find something in that and learn from that. Thank you.
And I do want to add that last night, for those of you who came, I do think we touched a little on the performance-y, like we were trying to perform or show something. And I just think we just a lot of times don't get it right the first time. So it's nice to be able to kind of hit that edge and realize, oh, yeah, that happened, and to kind of come back to this.
And so now, would you like to hear the song? Yeah. You all have the papers, and I wonder if we can sing the song.
I'm sorry, can I just share one more thing before we get into the song? And also, like, our true selves, right, and authenticity. And the things that we were all bringing forth, was our true selves and our authenticity. So in order to put something together or perform or produce, and because we had received a grant, right, so then there's deliverables. And how do we just, find enoughness in ourselves that us coming together is the deliverable? And whatever comes out of that, how do we make that okay for ourselves, for our ancestors, for our community, and for those that are expecting something because something little was given, right? So, yeah, thank you.
And just to piggyback on that, like even the song, and we decided we have to find the perfection in the imperfections, because otherwise it's never good enough. Right? Like somebody's off key, or somebody's not at the right rhythm, or I forgot to ring the bell. It's just things happen, but then we have to find the perfection in the imperfection.
Which to me is the last line of this beautiful haiku that Shaolan put together from all her knowledge of the suttas. It just came together into this haiku, which I found so wonderful. So, Roshi, would you share the haiku I emailed to you so everyone can see it? Okay, great. Oops, there's a beautiful artwork by Roshi. Gorgeous. So anyway, defilements is no other than Bodhi mind. For me, that's imperfection in the perfection. Thank you, Shalan. So would you lead us in this song that was composed? Oh, it's not, hun, that is not the,
You go up there for him?
it's in your email, hun. Oh, you could use my paper on. Okay, that's all right. We'll do it. We'll do it. On, we'll do it. I've got the written form. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we're going to sing.
I like this one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
Very interesting.
So, I want to ask, do you want to just we sing and you try to follow, or do you want to learn the pronunciation first? I can say that out loud for you if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. 贪嗔痴慢疑，颠倒众生心，放下烦恼即菩提。Alright. One more time.
Yes.
贪嗔痴慢疑，颠倒众生心，放下烦恼即菩提。
And the way we sing it, it's kind of like a call and response. And so I'll do the calling, and then you all can respond at the same time. And I'm sure you'll pick it up. Can I just play it, June, from the iPad?
I think so.
Let me see if it. Oh yeah.
Does this microphone go there or no?
For the online audience.
Or for the online?
Yeah.
All right, and then we're going to sing it 5 times. The final time, feel free to repeat the third line, fang xia, like a bunch of times, but you can just follow along or do your own thing.
Do your own thing.
Do your own thing.
That's one thing we learned this week.
I was saying this morning, we actually can also do it like Minion style. Everybody just sing gibberish.
Minion style. Minion style.
All right, here we go.
颠倒众生
Including the people on
online first. Any comments or thoughts? And for cat allergy people, we are cleaning the center well.
Can we end with the video?
Oh yeah, let's end with the video of the last video, number 4. Yeah.
Cicada.
Yes, cicada. Eater cicada.
茄子，yeah. Those are not fun to live by.
They came back and saw traffic lights and railroad tracks. How would they feel about this one city life? Tears would come from each other's eyes and they would start to agree. Cry for the lives, cry for the people, cry for the land that was taken away. And then you'll find a baby. Oh,
If you bend the knees, it kind of helps you versus this, right? This is, you're going to try to really work your knees back and forth to help push the hip around.
Oh, nice. It's like you weird cat.
Weird cat.
He's like, what are you trying to do? This feels born anyway.
Hey, it's like percussion.
I think there's one song that gets like really intense, like the Dream song on this album, but some of it's very spiritual and meditative. I know we're in Chicago.
Does it feel like anywhere in New Orleans? And I know it gets humid here too. Go ahead in. Go in here.
Everybody take one.
Everybody's toasting the
Everybody,
cheers now. Let's see. Smells good.
Okay, here we are.
Now with Uncle.
And there's a little pause. Then we're going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3, and pause. Count. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. And food, I think. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing.
Yeah, there's some goodies up there. As
Shooting and Carly.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's so wonderful being here with you all. Bye.
Venerable Clear Grace has to catch a plane, so.
Peace out. Back out. It's been wonderful. Lots of love to you all. Bye, Io.
Bye. Take care, everybody. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Chisho, again. Nice to see you again, Shin. Bye, Greg. Bye, Mom. Shalom.